Hello, welcome back to another Discord bot video. I'm gonna get started in this video with making the first, making a bot and just how you go through it, starting from its creation to coding it to finalizing it, and then maybe if there's time, putting it on a server and running it continuously. In this video, I'll be going over how to create a Discord bot. And what you need to do is go to Discord uh, slash discord.com/developers/applications, and then you'll have all your bots here. Make sure you're logged into Discord. I'm logged in right here as my account, and you click New Application. I have a bunch already, but this is fine if it's empty. So for the application, give it the name of your bot, and I'll be creating an anonymous bot, which ideally will be helpful for the SpartaBot server. I'll explain what the bot will do later on, but for now I'm just going to call this anonymous bot, and then click create. Here you can add an image, and I have an image already. Well, that's my college stuff. Okay, I have an image right here. I'll just use that for now. But this image is not actually the image that will show up on your bot, but I normally like keeping them the same. It just makes more sense. So once you create your application, you click bot here on the side, and then click add bot, and it'll say if you do this, you can't go back and just do it because we need a bot. And then I'll add your image here, and this is the image that will show up on Discord. And now you're gonna need to add this bot to your server. So uh, what you do is go to OAuth 2, click bot right here, and then for scopes, just do administrator because you're testing it out. It shouldn't really matter. Just give your bot admin perms, and so then copy this link right here. It'll generate this link once you click bot and administrator. Copy it, open a new tab, and paste it. And now you're gonna add this bot to one of your Discord servers that you have the permission. You need to have the managed server permission on that server. And so I made this SpartaBot Playground server for testing like this. So if you want to join, just let me know in a Zoom call on Discord, and I'll send the invite to you. So then I click continue, and it's like, are you sure you're giving it admin? Hold on, I think I'm dark mode. Yeah, and then you click authorize, and then say you're not a robot. Do the test if you need to. All right, you may close this window. So now if I go to the Discord server, um, where Pranav and I were messing around, here's the bot, and this is the bot I just made. It's given the anonymous bot role, which has the admin perm, and it's offline, as you notice. So now we're going to have to make this online. Like, how do we connect it to our code? So open up VS Code, and then if you followed the previous videos, you should be at a place where uh, no, the command prompt for the command npm and node work on your command prompt. So if you're at that point, you'll be good. If you're not, go check out the other videos. So then open up the folder you want the code in. So I made the folder anonymous bot where I had my image, and I'm going to click new terminal here. And like I just said, you want to check if you can do npm, and there's no error there, and see if you can do node. There's no error here, and then once you're in node, just click Control C to exit. Click Control C twice to exit. And if this doesn't work right here, go to your regular command prompt and see if npm and node work here. Um, and if they do work here and not in VS Code, sometimes that happens. Just go ahead and do everything I'm doing down here in your command prompt. It's the same exact thing. It's just that VS Code just has a command prompt built in. So how you're going to start this project is you're creating a new node project. So you do npm init in this folder right here. Like if you notice, I'm in e:\viba VS Code anonymous bot, which is the folder where I want my code in. So type npm init in that folder. And and then go through all this stuff. And we've done this before. Yeah, I'll leave blank. Is this okay? Type yes, and I created this package.json file, which again we've done before, but now we're doing the Discord bot with it. So then create index.js, which is going to be the main file, like that is specified here. And I did this in the last video, but I'll just do a quick console.log to test if this works. Control S, make sure you control S every time before you run it. Then node space period. There, it printed it out. Perfect. And so now we're going to need to install the Discord package. So we type npm install discord.js. Now it'll go through this whole thing. I'll have a loading bar. Yours might be a little faster, be a little slower. But once that's done, what we can do here is say const, which in JavaScript you declare variables by either saying const for constants, var for variables, or you can also say let for variables. Let is better than var because I think it has like some memory like capabilities. I don't know, it's just more efficient, I think. So I just use let and const. I use these two when declaring variables. So I can say const a equals 5, which will make a constant integer 5, or I can say var let b equals 5, which creates a variable, integer 5, which you can change later on, whereas a is constant. So what we're going to do is say const discord equals require discord.js. So require is kind of like importing if you're coming from Java. Yeah, I don't, it's slightly different, but I don't know the full differences either. And then we're gonna make our bot. So our bot, so we'll say const bot equals discord.client. So it's the client class in the discord.js library, and semicolons are basically optional in JavaScript. So I'm used to putting them, but you don't have to. So again, I'm gonna click up arrow now, and then just run this just to see if it works. Oh, it did not. Right, I forgot new. Control S. Don't ever forget Control S. Yeah, and it works. So once your bot's running, it's gonna like keep the terminal at bay here. And if you open up a new terminal and then keep running more and more, you'll actually like end up getting like 5 or 6 bots running at the same time, which you don't want. So every time you're done testing it, click Control C, which will kill the program and get you back out. So that's how to start up a bot in JavaScript. And now, if you notice, if I run this again, it's running right now. If I come here, my bot isn't on because how does this code connect to my bot that I just created? So what we do for that is we call bot.login. And then login takes, as you see, a token, which is a string, and then the token you'll find if you go back to the Discord portal, click bot right here. I won't click to reveal it. If you click this though, it'll show you your entire token. I mean, wait, you'll see it in a second. Anyways, don't. I mean, if you can steal this if you want, I'll change it after the video. So you copy this here, and then you paste it here. And so basically, with this token, you get control over the bot. So if you wanted to, you could copy this token right here and take control of this bot I've just created. But after this video, I will most likely regenerate it into a new one. But I will not be doing that right now. So now now that the login's there, I will now do node dot again, and now you see it's running. Boom, it's online here. So that has connected the bot. Bot.login is successfully connected to that specific bot I've just made. And now if I click Control C, go back to Discord, it's not immediate, but I don't know how long it'll take, but it'll basically go offline in a bit. So now I'm gonna go over a really helpful website, discord.js. Oh, this isn't the main. Hold on, I'm in some place here. So if you go to the home, yeah, this is what it looks like. This is really helpful on just how the library works, how to get started. So I use this page a lot, the documentation page. So um, I'll probably be using this during the tutorials as well if I forget anything. And so the client that we just made, if you recall right here, sorry, in the code, we created a Discord client. You can see all of its properties, which are basically the variables. You can see all of its methods and events. And events for the client are called when some specific event happens in Discord. So, for example, this event that is commonly used, the ready event, if you click it, you can see that emitted when the client becomes ready to start working. So this ready event is called when the bot basically turns on and it's ready to go. And how you use this is you come here, you say bot.on, and then on, if you look here, it says it takes an event, which is basically a listener. So now in on, we have to specify which event we're defining here. So it's the ready event. And then you create a listener. And how this will look is open parentheses, close parentheses, equal sign, uh, greater than sign, which looks like an arrow, and then create a curly brace, and then click enter. So I'll get back to what this whole syntax means, but for now, inside the curly braces, just put console.log bot is ready, and then semicolon. Then don't forget Control S. Come here, node space period. Bam, bot is ready, and then the bot, as we mentioned before, is online. So what does this syntax mean? It's a method. It's a really condensed version of a method. Um, in here, these parentheses basically, here, let me write a method out real quick. So in JavaScript, you write a method by saying function, and then you give it the name, so test function, and then the parentheses for the parameters. And here, unlike Java, you don't have to specify what the parameters are. It's kind of assumed that you'll be consistent with it, you'll use the data properly. So let's assume A is a string and B is an integer. So then I'm gonna just, for this test, I'm gonna create a for loop. So for I less than B, and then this should be pretty familiar. This is the exact same as Java. Um, and then, so we said B is an integer, so I'm gonna make it run B times, and then just print out A in this for loop. And oh, I think I'm missing a curly brace. There we go. So now if I just call test function, let's here, hello, and then put 5, we should see this, we should see hello be printed 5 times. And it didn't work. Okay, so yeah, sorry. Hopefully I cut that out, but basically you can't have this bot.on here because like advanced probably mess with how JavaScript works normally. So this method works here, and it's, you call it by saying test function here. But if you're trying to condense this, and why you'd want to condense this is because in JavaScript you actually pass methods in as if they're variables. You can like pass in a method as a parameter in another method, which is, it gets kind of confusing, but that's exactly what's happening right here in bot.on. So if we break it down, you're saying bot.on, and then the first parameter in the bot.on method is a string, which we said as ready, and then the second parameter is this method itself. And to condense it, how it kind of goes is you first, to make a nameless function is you'll have something like this, but this is incorrect, so you put the arrow sign, and now you're saying you have a nameless function, so this doesn't have a name, and those are called lambda functions. So this lambda function takes in 2 parameters, and does this with it. And that's exactly what we're saying here. But here it has no parameters because once it's ready, there's nothing that the bot is kind of sending to you. And in the next video, we'll get into a lambda function that takes in a parameter for a bot event. So it's kind of confusing, but uh, if you have any questions, just ask in Discord. Hopefully, this makes some sense. And if you just keep messing around with it, it'll make more sense later. And in the next video, I'll be going over messages and how that works. Thank you.